are back. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to SKF Weekly. You see us. It's Ron. It's John. We're back. Our Knicks are on fire. Let's go! Yes. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. John, dude, I was excited last week. I'm so excited this week, bro. It's crazy.
You're over the top.
It's crazy.
Over the top.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It's an exciting
man.
time to be
feeling,
a Knicks
bro?
fan. Excited to be a Knicks fan, man. I'm extremely excited to be a Knicks fan. I can't keep saying it, man. This is a great season so far. We're going to close this out. I think we may go 5. If not, we close it in 6. And we go into the next round, man. I don't see us losing 3 straight. I really do not see us losing 3 straight. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this time.
I'm with you, bro. I mean, like, you can't ask for more. The city is crazy. It's nuts. On Saturday, Know the Ledge, we had a really good show. Shout out to D's World of Hoops and also
Salute.
G Money for jumping in. We had a
Definitely.
fantastic time chopping it up. But I had played the video that was going around with the guy. What's his name? Darren something. It's Darren something, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's the infamous guy who's been known for saying, KD, don't you wish you came to the Knicks? And he's yelling and people are going crazy. And now he did it again. And then I thought it was a little bit much that they did a Donovan Mitchell one too. But whatever. We'll keep that same energy. But it was just nuts, man. Just they were wilding. Dudes was on. I mean, it's a little crazy.
Cars.
I like it because it shows that energy, but they're on cars, freaking light posts. I mean, we didn't win the championship. Let's calm down, folks.
playing one-on-one pickup on the in the middle of West Fourth.
that actually is pretty cool. They call that what the hoop bus or something like that. I don't know where that came from, but it's an interesting idea. Although every time I saw dudes going at it, it didn't look too good. But then there was one dude that they were like, yo, they were trying to tag the guy, like, yo, tag him on social media because he was nice. He was killing dudes. I don't know who that guy was.
He was kind of giving them the professor vibes, right?
Yeah. He was like, yeah, man, I don't know. What's this? A basketball? I ain't never used one of these before. Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, he was giving them the business, man. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Listen, it's a great time to be a New Yorker, man, especially if you're a Knicks fan. So we got to celebrate this. You know, we got to celebrate these wins. We got to, you know what I mean, just soak it all in, man, because it's a fun time right now. And this team is maturing right in front of our eyes, which is great to see. Now we just got to get a few little things, you know, out of order. You know what I mean? Get both get Grimes healthy, get Randle back to being healthy and being himself, and then we on for a nice next round. I'm hoping it's against Miami, to be honest with you. So I don't want to see Giannis get healthy. So I wouldn't mind seeing the Knicks Miami matchup in the next round.
You ain't never lie, bro. I don't want to see Giannis and them boys either. But if it happens, it happens. You know, we take on all comers over here. But we'd rather try our luck with the Heat. We'd rather try our luck with the Heat. And you know, I got to tell you, the Heat are not backing down. They're playing pretty good now. I don't know what it is right now. Yeah.
They're on right now.
Yeah, they're playing Milwaukee right now. Games. They're down 11 though. It's 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They're down 11. Let me see what Jimmy Butler's doing, because Jimmy Butler had like 23 points in the first quarter.
Giannis is back. So Giannis is back.
Giannis
got 23 and 10 right now. 23, 10, and 8.
Giannis makes a. Oh no, 23, 10, and 10.
Ooh. Yeah, world of a difference. World of a difference.
Forget about it, bro. Giannis is a problem, man.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Like Jimmy Butler had 23 or 24 in the first quarter. I mean, right now it's 9 minutes left in the fourth, and he's got 35. So something changed over there. He had it going though. And that's a problem. That's the reason why I wanted Miami, because look at what happens. Jimmy Butler has 35. The next closest scorer is Bam, who has 11. And then Gabe Vincent
Yeah,
has 10.
it's not
And that's
enough.
it.
They don't have
It's
enough
not enough.
firepower, but they got enough if Giannis isn't playing, right? So you know what I mean. That's the key factor for Milwaukee. They aren't the same team without him. So
Correct.
when healthy, man, they're a championship team.
Yeah, they are. And then let me tell you, if Giannis is there and he's going to give you 23, 10, and 10, and you're getting 29 and 10 from Brook Lopez, you're in trouble. You're
Right.
in trouble because that's tough. Jeez.
Yeah, they eating in the
Unbelievable.
paint.
Well,
Eating
yeah,
in the paint.
killing it, bro. Killing it. And let me just see what's the their series is 2-1. Oh, Miami leads the, oh wow.
2-1
I didn't know that.
Miami because
I
they
thought it
took the
was,
last one.
yeah,
Right.
Miami's right, right. Yeah, they'll take it. Give me a game without Giannis, they'll take it.
Yep. Gotta take
All
them when
right,
they
so
come.
that's interesting.
So what was the
Yep.
big takeaway on Saturday for you? I mean, after, did you come on after the game or before the game?
Um, we played Friday and then we played Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. That's right. So you was in between the two. That's right.
Yeah. So yeah.
So what
Right
was the
smack in the dab in the
vibes?
middle.
What was the vibes on Saturday? On Saturday, excitement.
They were really, really good, man. Really good. People were very excited. It was more hopeful. It was like we hope we can win game 4 and go up 3-1. But if we don't, we're still in good shape. We're still able to win in 6. You know what I
Right.
mean? We did at least what we needed to do to keep the series competitive and give ourselves a chance. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people though, the vibes were they felt really comfortable about winning game 4, and then a lot of people we were
Right.
right.
What was the panel's prediction on who was gonna, be that player to help us get past the Cavs in game 4? Who were
A
folks
lot of people
picking?
were talking. People were saying Jalen Brunson was still the key,
Right.
and then I brought up. I had a question about RJ, but I didn't necessarily know if he was going to stand up. It was just the question is what happens if all of a sudden, RJ is very streaky. If that last game was the switch and now RJ
Right.
is going, like, how do we look
Mm.
at RJ going forward in the rest of the playoffs? And, where do we go from here? And we were talking about the emergence of hopefully quickly stepping his game up. Um, but it still hasn't happened. And we still
Right.
haven't got a good Julius Randle game yet. So this is very interesting that we're up 3-1. Think about that. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. It's awesome. Actually, it's actually even if you don't see it coming, this is just a benefit for us because at some point, Randall's going to get it going, and quickly he's going to get off of his shooting slump. So it's inevitable that we're
Right.
going to get good games from those two gentlemen. And it's important that we keep this sort of the shared concept when you're out there playing team ball, team chemistry, making the extra pass, making the right basketball play when you're on the offensive end, and being on a string, like Tibbs likes to say on the defensive side, um, being aggressive, talking, crashing the boards. Like those are all key things that, this Knicks team needs to do in order to win. And just make solid decisions down the game, down the stretch of games. That we see, Brunson make time in and time out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's exciting, man. This is a fun time, but I really do think that Randall may be dealing with something. But I think a couple of days rest, before we see him in on Wednesday, I think it's going to be beneficial,
Mm-hmm.
and I could see him have a
Mm-hmm.
bounce back in Cleveland. He does tend to play well on the road, so I'm looking forward to him having a really good night. And I could see Barrett continuing to work on the offensive end the way the way he has been working, because I think he's figured something out. He's figured out how to get in the lane and where, how to sort of orchestrate within the schema that Cavs are throwing at him. So hopefully that continues. But he is also making the right pass, right, which is key. He's making the right pass, so it's making it difficult on the Cavs to sort of overload on the at the basket. So it's giving him a cleaner
Right.
shot too. So that's great.
Yeah. 100%. I agree with that. Well, you know what? Speaking of Julius Randle, before we get into all of the other stuff and the recap of the playoff games that happened, because we had 3 that happened this week, guys.
Mhm.
Why don't we a bit about Julius Randle and your thoughts on him and what's going on with him? First off, first impressions. Do you think he's favoring the ankle, or there's any issues there, or you think it's just something else?
I think the time spent away is sort of hindering his performances. I think he may
Mhm.
still be a little nicked up. I don't think anyone in the NBA at this moment in time is 100%. I think everyone's
Mhm.
going through something. I just think for the games that he missed, I think he hasn't gotten his momentum going, and I think he will. I think he's going to rush that up. He's going to, you know what I mean, probably get some shots up in practice, and then find a way to get back to graces. I think part of his game is also that's also hindering him is him relying so much on his jump shot instead of driving the ball to the basket. And I think if he starts to put his head down and go to the basket, I think he's going to find himself uh, in better opportunities to score the basket, and then it'll probably work it better for him working himself inside out. So let's see if that happens. I mean, I think he's gonna have a comeback. I think he's gonna get out the slump, and he's gonna be, Julius of this season, which we've all seen has been terrific. So
Yeah. I agree with you, 100, John. And like the only thing I've said it multiple times already. I'm going to say it one more time, just in case there's somebody out tuning into this show that hasn't tuned into the other shows. I think, same to echo what John was just saying. I think the time off has definitely impacted Julius Randle. We're talking about a guy who we've seen in the past. The more minutes he plays, the better his game seems to be. Tibbs had him in there through first quarters, going into second quarters, wouldn't take him out the game because, Randall's the type that he needs rhythm. He's got to get his shot going. If it's not going early, then he has to keep putting it up and get into the rhythm where he gets comfortable. And then sometimes he'll develop a rhythm right away. And then you don't want to take him out because he's the hot hand. But he's always played that way. He basically never misses a game, and he plays a ton of minutes. Then you got this guy who's out with an ankle injury, and he misses 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks. And then not only does he come back in the playoffs places, he comes back against a top 10 defensive team. I can't say that enough. That is not easy. You cannot just come off the bench cold, not playing, not having your rhythm, play against a tough defensive team who's not going to let you get the shots you want. And they got guys who are doing a really good job at contesting his shots inside
mhm.
and out for a little bit.
Yeah,
But
they
he's
got good
rhythm.
length too.
So yeah,
They got good
yeah,
at they're athletic and they got good length. So anytime you're up against a team like that, you're gonna face trouble. You know what I mean? When you're trying to score the basket, you got to shoot with a little bit more arc. You know they're going to be contending every time you drive to the basket. But I do want to give him credit for what he's done on the rebounding side of things. I think he's come up with some really crucial rebounds in games. And even I'll give him some moments. He's had some moments, hitting open shots or contested shots where we need it, and he's made them count. Um, he just hasn't had a full on overall solid game yet against this the Cavs
right.
team. But I think he definitely will. I definitely do.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's a matter of time. And you know what? Honestly, it may not happen in this series. Hopefully the
Right.
Knicks get past this series,
I
but it may
think it
not
will
happen in
though.
this series.
I think
You
it
think so?
will. Yeah, because I think the time, the rest. I think needing time to rest, needing time to practice. It's repetition. Really, what it comes down to being, having reps, getting the shots up, and just getting into your groove. Um, and I think he's the kind of player that doesn't dawn on the pass. I think he's really, takes heed to the craft. He owns it. Um, and he works at it. He doesn't just rest on his laurels. He's a type of player that goes out and he, works on his game. And I think that's gonna, pay dividends once we see him in game 5. So I think we got this. I think he's gonna show up, and I think that's gonna be sort of what takes us over the top, either in game 5 or game 6.
Well, I mean, listen, I hope you're right, and I'm good either way. If he does get it together and he's able to rebound and start looking like the Julius of old, Cavs are in trouble. But if it doesn't happen, like I said in this series, and we're able to move on, and he gets it going in the next series where we're really going to need him, because the chances are it could be Miami, but it also could be Milwaukee, and Milwaukee we're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
need everybody. So
Yeah, 100.
yeah. All right. So that guys, let's do a quick little recap of what took place. Man, after what game 1 was, Knick fans were feeling pretty good about it. Going into game 2, we kind of knew that Cleveland was going to come out and give us a nice little punch. No one expected Cleveland to come out the way they did, though. I mean, Cleveland punched us in the mouth, knocked us out, had us like what Mike Tyson's punch out. Like, we were all over the place.
That's a fact.
It was tough. It was tough, man. Let's see. Let's take a look at this game 2 situation going on here. Let me get the title card. All right. So, guys, Cleveland smacked us in the face. We were with them neck and neck pretty much in that first quarter, but in the second quarter, they put the kablammy, they put the boom on us. It was over. That second quarter was a wrap. We couldn't stop them. It was like that. No matter what we tried to do, Darius Garland was on fire. Donovan Mitchell was quiet. He was just like, okay, do your thing, young fella. Kept
He
giving
was
him the ball.
facilitating. He was facilitating.
Yeah, Levert was killing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It was just one thing after another. I think in that game finished with 13 assists.
Yeah. Yeah. They were getting to their spots though. That was key. Garland was able to get to his spots, find his rhythm, and took advantage of the mismatch on the defensive or the switches. And Donovan was being aggressive, but on the offensive assist side, you know what I mean? So Garland also had assists. So did Donovan Mitchell. They did a great job in getting their team together and getting the team involved. Levert, like you said, had a really strong game, especially down the stretch of that game. Just being an ultimate pro, being able to score the bucket, and we had no answers. The rim was tight on our side. We had open shots, we just weren't knocking them down. I think
true.
I don't want to say we played poorly defensively, but there were some lapses, and you could tell that, that sort of that took away any chance that we had at sort of coming back from a deficit that we had. So, yeah, this was a tough one to watch.
Yeah, I mean, hold on, what is it? Yeah, I mean, well, oddly enough, it felt like much more than that. In that game, the Knicks had 17 turnovers. And it seemed like it was even more than that, because the way Cleveland was forcing pressures against the Knicks, putting us in all types of bad spots. Like, we were throwing, like, our turnovers were really bad looking turnovers. They really flustered us, and they were coming quick, and then they were disguising, and I think the Knicks thought one guy was coming, and the back guy was coming. It was crazy. It was good job by them. And unfortunately, if there was a game you want to point to and say that Thibodeau didn't look his best, it was game 2.
This is it.
He really didn't make a lot of adjustments, or if he did, they didn't work. So
Right.
That was
I,
yeah.
again, we had some open shots. We just didn't knock them down. Had we knocked down, like, I don't know, a good percentage of those shots, we would have been in this game. But again, it just seemed like it was demoralizing when we couldn't hit the open shot. A lot of missed 3-point shots. You know, then not getting back in transition, which caused the Cavs to go up. On a run. They had multiple runs in this game. And that sort of by the fourth quarter, I think every Knicks fan knew that we were done for. You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that we turned the tables the following game, because it would have been tough to see a back to back like that. But you got to give the
right.
Cavs credit. They came prepared. They made adjustments themselves that worked. And unfortunately, we weren't able to adjust their adjustments. And they just had an overall better game.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's exactly what took place. I mean, it is what it is. Like sometimes, in a series like this where you're dealing with a really good Cavs, top 10 in defense, top 10 in offense. At some point, you expect them to play at a good level that's going to make it tough for you. And in this case, it was extremely tough. We just couldn't fight back. They kind of overwhelmed us. We missed shots trying to keep within the game, and then when you miss and they're still hitting, the lead
Yeah.
balloons. You got the crowd going crazy. You got them feeling good about themselves, grabbing momentum. They were outworking us. They were more physical than us. And the refs didn't hurt. They were letting them play. So yeah, it was like the perfect storm. So game 2 was just like got to eat that one. Yeah. And so, let me see here. I got the game chart. If we take a look at the game chart, we'll see exactly what took place. Oh boy, let me tell you. It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. If it was me, I was saying to myself, you know what? Don't get down, guys. Don't get down. Just this is one game. It's no big deal. It's gonna be all right. We'll get him in the next one. Just chalk this one up. Let it go. Let it go. And as you can see, I mean, one, it was a blowout. Two, we're the better. It's weird because they got the Twin Towers over there with Mobley and Allen, but we're the better rebounding team. We've been a better rebounding team all season. They out rebounded us 43-36. Assists, they out assisted us 26-16. We had more steals, oddly enough. They had more blocks, which is what they do. They're good at blocking shots, but field goal percentage 49-36, 3-point percentage 42-24. Oof. And then free throw percentages was actually pretty good, 81-83. We out free throw we had better free throw percentage than they did. That was really good. And then you got the points in the paint, 42-38. If you guys know how the Knicks have been playing all season, one of the biggest things we've been trying to do is get more aggressive in the paint area. We've done a good job at that all season for the most part. They outworked us. They got better opportunities in the paint. Second chance points. We are one of the best teams in second chance points because of how good we offensive rebound. Once again, 17-13, they did better than us. And then fast break points, they beat us 18-16. But it was just more, it was a dominant performance by Cleveland. They did what they had to do. They won the game. Yeah, that's what it is. That's all we can do. All we can say.
Enough said. Enough said. Let's move on to the third game.
Yeah, that's it. Let's get out. That's a bad taste. Bad juju.
I really don't want to relive that.
That's it. And before we do, shout out to the chat, guys. Once again, tonight is I know we say this every Monday. It's a very busy night on Mondays, but tonight really is. There's like 3 shows that are on right now outside of ours. So it's a crazy night.
And all
shout out to
quality
Angel Torres,
by the way.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Shout out to Angel Torres. Shout out to William in the building. Salute, my brother. B. Willis is in the building. Salute, brother. He said, "Hey, where's the Cavs trolls? I'm hearing crickets." Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what happens. So let's look at how we kind of dissected the Cavs and kind of took some of them Cav trolls and knocked them to the side. Let me put up the title screen for Game 3. Yep, there you go. There you go. Knicks beat the Cavs 99 to 79, boy. You see who it is over there. The resurgence of RJ Barrett. Dude, listen, and like his 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists it's a decent game. But the fact in which the way we were playing as a team overall and how we weren't shooting that great, a lot of our guys weren't shooting that great. Jalen Brunson had a decent game, but Julius once again didn't have a great game. Quickly didn't have a great game. I believe Grimes was there for this one. He didn't have a great game. And so what RJ did, his points were very instrumental, very important. And wasn't he in this game? Didn't he score the first? Like he scored 10 in the first quarter, I believe.
Yeah.
Which
he
helped
was
us.
attacking early.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was aggressive early. He was he had a decent field goal percentage too. Like, he finished the game off with a decent field goal percentage.
I think he was like 8 of 12 or something like that.
Yeah, that's extremely important for RJ because he's not shooting a high volume of shots, but he's being efficient with the shots that he's taking. And a lot of it is either mid-range or going to the basket, which is super important because he's also getting to the line, which is super key for his sort of game that fits well for him. Until he matures and starts really developing that outside shot, which he hasn't developed yet. But until he's able to do so, he should still continue to go downhill, like B. Willis is saying. You know what I mean? Go downhill and keep, attacking the basket, man. Attack the basket. Be aggressive and get to the foul line and hit those free throws. That's the key for RJ. Making sure you get to the line, knock down those free throws, and play some solid defense. We know you're not going to be the best defensive player we got, but at least if you stay aggressive, you can sometimes make some things happen. Run the fast break, and never know. But I think those are the keys for him to be successful, and he's done that the last 2 games. So shout outs to RJ Barrett for turning it around.
Definitely. He played very, very sound, solid basketball. And kudos to him for staying within himself, not trying to do too much. He was like really good. Like I said, he was 8 of 12, 66%. He was 3 of 6 from 3. And we know shooting from 3-point range has been like the Achilles heel for him all year. He also had 8 rebounds and 3 assists. So he did some stuff with the ancillary stats, like I like to say. Julius, even though he was 3 of 15 from the field and 2 of 10 from 3, he still chipped in 8 rebounds, and he had 3 assists. And then you had great stuff from Brunson, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And guys like Hart chipped in 13 and 6. Quickly had 11, but that was more garbage time towards the end. And Obi played 15 minutes, had 8 points, but he looked solid out there. He had 4 steals in this game. When's the last time you seen Obi get more than 1 steal? But 4. Yeah. So really good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
We don't see that often from this team. I mean, we've been maximizing our play. Every player on this team has shown their potential at some point, and they showed their importance, on this team. You know what I mean? Right now, Miami and Milwaukee, I just got an update. Miami's up by 110, 109. It's going down to the wire. Down to the wire with 1 minute remaining. It's crazy right now.
Oh,
Miami's
now they're up. Now they're up. It's 58 seconds, and they're up 3, 112, 109.
Woo. Wow. Oh, because Jimmy Butler
hold on.
hit
Here's
a 3.
the thing. Hold on.
Jimmy Butler just hit a 3. Woo.
Jimmy Butler has 51 points, guys. 51 and 8 rebounds.
It's a different Butler.
First off,
different Butler, man.
It's playoff Butler. Come on, it's playoff Butler. That's right. Come on. I got to tell you, though, not for nothing. As much as we don't want to see Milwaukee, and we want to get past these Cavaliers, and we'd rather see Miami. If
Right.
Miami's playing like
It's not gonna be
this,
easy.
and we know that,
It's not gonna be easy.
like it's not gonna be easy.
But I like that sort of game more than I do. I like the matchup more than I do, just because of the height advantage that Milwaukee brings, right? And if
Right,
they get
right.
healthy, that's a different ball game. I think
Hmm.
I like the matchup better. You know what I mean? And then plus you got that New York Miami rivalry. Bring it back. That's a big one. That's a big one. Both cities are gonna go hard because Miami go hard over there too for their team. So
Facts, 100%. But what incredible by Jimmy Butler. I mean, he's shooting 67% from the field. He's got it going. So he
he's
knows
on
it. When
one.
he's got it going, he don't stop. So
Right, right.
yeah.
And
Wow.
look, shout out to
Crazy.
Duncan too, right? Duncan's had some games. Now that Tyler Hero's out, he's actually stepped up.
That's true. That is true.
He
That
stepped
is
up.
true. So we'll closely be watching the score in that and see what happens. It's 47 seconds left. It's still Miami's up 112-109. We'll see what happens with that. So let me give you the game chart for game 3. And like this is more of what you expect from the Knicks. All right. Obviously, we got the 20-point lead. First off, not only is it a 20-point lead, but this is the first time all season that any team has been held to less than 80 points in a regular season or playoff season game. And the Knicks did that to the Cavaliers. So shout out to the Knicks for doing the damn thing. Good job once again. Um, and it's the first time the Cavs were beat by 20 points all year. So yeah, we did the damn thing at the right time. We out rebounded them 45-42. We out assisted them 21-16. We had 14 steals to their 7. We had one more block than them. We had 6 less turnovers. We made them turn over the ball 20 times, bro. That's a shout
Yeah,
out to our defense. Some people might want to say, "Oh, well, the Knicks played good defense, but the Cavs missed open shots," which there's some truth to that. But they had 20 turnovers. We were all
oh yeah,
over them Cavs. Um, Field goal percentage 47 to 30. 3-point percentage, we didn't shoot great, but it was 30 to their 21%. Once again, shout out to the defense. And then the free throw percentage was awful, but it was 61-58. But at least we did what we had to do in other aspects, so it didn't come back to bite us. Points in the 56-48, Knicks in Knicks' favor. More like that's what the Knicks do. Second chance points 14-11. That's what we do. And then fast break points 15-7. So an all-around dominant game, great performance. Even though we still haven't been able to play our best game, and we probably won't because the Cavs are taking away certain things, but still, it's a beautiful thing.
yeah.
Can't be
It
mad
was
at
a
it, bro.
great win, man. It was a great win. Like the biggest takeaway was for me was the in-game adjustment by Tibbs. We came out of the half sluggish, right? And they took the lead from us. I think we had like an 11-point lead, right? Then they came back and they took the
Mm-hmm.
lead from us. And then it seemed like, oh my Lord, like we're gonna go through this slumping third quarter again. We're gonna lose this third quarter. And then like midway through, he made the shift, right? He pulled Randle, he made a couple of other adjustments, and he got the bench back in there, and the bench played terrific. And they were sharing the ball and they were making plays defensively and offensively. The Hart Foundation, both Hart and Hartenstein had their moments. And it was great to see, man. So I think that was the most impressive part about this win. Even though we won by, a large margin, I think it was the shift in sort of what we decided to do or what Tibbs decided to do on both sides of the court, both defensively and offensively, and making the shift and seeing that, Randall don't have it today, and I'm gonna give Obi some more minutes, and I think that was super important and needed. Same thing with Hartenstein; he made the right moves, moving away from Mitch and bringing in Hartenstein, and then taking Hartenstein out when he got into a little foul trouble and bringing back Mitch. Like those were key moments in the games, and both players had key rebounds down the stretch of these games. So You know, happy for Tibbs, man. Well deserved, man. Well
Hu-
deserved.
100%, bro. 100%. And you write in the chat, they're saying it's Bubble Butler. Yep, it's Bubble Butler. And it's 32 seconds left, and Miami is up 116-109, guys. Oh, yeah, this one's a wrap.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
that's an
It's
upset right
unbelievable.
there. That's an upset.
Wow.
But
Huh.
they're in Miami. Remember, they still got to go back to Milwaukee and get one. That ain't no easy
I
task.
got you. Listen, there's the odds are very low. It's like a 90% chance that if you're up 3-1, you can win the series. But if there was ever a team that could rebound, it could
Oh,
be Milwaukee. So,
right,
you know,
right. And to
yeah.
think,
19 seconds left.
Middleton
Yeah, it's this over.
Middleton hasn't really gotten it going. He hasn't really gotten it going. That's the big key for them too. Like even though Giannis being hurt is the biggest. Middleton, when Middleton gets it going and it's in his groove, that mid-range shot is butter. So he's one of those guys to look out for. But again, kudos to Miami, man. They played a hell of a game. It looks like, and I will have to watch the replay because I didn't catch none of this. And it seemed like Drew better start stepping up his game too offensively because of they're gonna need him. They're definitely gonna need him.
Yeah, and the only thing that's a little iffy, and if there was ever a 3-1 team that was down that you like really don't know if you can count, it is this Milwaukee because of how good they've been all season. But also, I mean, this is asking a lot. Look at what had to happen for Miami to win this game. I mean, Jimmy Butler had to go sick, and can he
Yeah,
do that for 3 more games?
yeah,
Does he have more of those in him? Maybe, but we don't know which game that'll be. What if he has
right,
a
right.
50-point game or a high 40 game, and it happens to be Milwaukee just hits them with so much that they other games that he doesn't have it, and the rest of the guys aren't stepping up. So it's not going to be easy
Uh,
for
you
Miami to
know,
close the
you
series out.
they're gonna blitz him next game. They're gonna get the ball out of his
Yes,
hands.
sir.
So other players on that team got to step up. That's without a doubt.
Yep.
That's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
100%.
We'll see if they can pull it off. I mean, I would love to see the Miami Knicks matchup. That would be awesome. And I'm not
Yeah.
taking anything away from the Cavs. I just don't see the Cavs winning 3 in a row. I just don't see it. It's like
Yeah, because
not against this Knicks
yeah,
team.
that's the difference. The difference is, as Knicks fans, we believe the Knicks are better. We watched them all year. But, even biases aside, the Knicks are
Right.
winning these games. Julius Randle is not having a good series. Emmanuel Quickly is not having a good series. Quentin
Grimes
Grimes
is
is
out.
out, not even playing.
Right.
RJ only played 2 good games.
Right.
And
And
so,
in limited
like, if
minutes, Deuce McBride has stepped up and provided, even
mhm,
if it's limited, like 3 minutes, stepped up, hit a couple, 1 or 2 shots, played really solid defensively. I'll take that, even if it's for 5 minutes. You know, um,
mhm,
so you listen. This Knicks team is ready. This Knicks team is ready, and they're about it, which is extremely satisfying to say as a Knicks fan. Has waited so long to see a Knicks team to come in and apply that type of pressure because that was a statement game. That last win was a statement. It definitely was.
yeah. Yeah, and this goes to the whole point that I think I said it. Other people have said it. People are starting to. This Nick team is a good team. Like we may
Yeah.
not be a great team, but we're a good and I say team, we're a good team. We got a lot of
Facts.
good players on the team. It's just
Right.
what it is. Like it's next man up, and they're stepping up.
Right.
To me, that's dangerous, bro.
Key. It's key. That
Yeah,
is key.
yeah.
And what's their
Beautiful
mantra
thing,
on their
man.
t-shirts that they've been rocking? They have a mantra: all in, all for one, or
All
something like
in,
that.
all one, all in,
All
all
one,
one, something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
all
they're
one or
buying it.
all one, all in, or all in, all one, whatever.
Listen, leave it to the chat. They'll let us know. But either way, they're buying in,
Yeah, yeah,
right? And that's the most important thing. They
yes,
all are communicating. They're all, clapping it up for each other. Even, they said on the MSG channel that they seen Julius clapping it up for RJ and the rest of the team coming off of the timeouts,
right.
and I think that's super important. you gotta ride for your team, even if you ain't got it going. So happy to see
Right.
that.
And shout out to the chat once again. Shout out to Ernesto The Verge. Appreciate you, my brother. B Willis is in the house. Salute to you, my brother. Up for debate with with the slash scoop is in the building. Salute. Um, and someone said it. B Willis said it. We have more fans in Miami, which is very interesting. So if we do
It's
go play
interesting.
Miami, the Knicks are going to have a lot of people in the stands cheering for the Knicks.
Now,
That's
but
good. That's good.
you know what Pat Riley does though. Once playoff time comes, they limit the amount of
Right,
tickets they
right.
sell. I swear to everything.
Yeah.
They make sure they pack that stadium with Miami fans. Even if they have to buy seats for their clientele, they'll do it because they got to make sure they
They
don't.
will.
It's going to be tough to have you know more Knicks fandom in the stadium during a playoff series, because now you start getting all the Miami locals getting their tickets. You got your 305s, you know what I mean? Mr. Worldwide, what's his name?
Yeah.
I forget his name. And then
Pitbull.
you got Rick Ross, Pitbull, Rick Ross, all of them. They come out of the works. It becomes a thing out there. You know what I mean? So I'll be surprised if we end up having more Knicks fans in the stadium than they would Miami fans or Miami. I
Yeah,
wouldn't even
probably
say
not.
fans, I would say Miami natives, because that's how they rock. They may not be fans of the team, but they're gonna rock when they know that they're gonna be in front of the camera.
Facts. That's 100%. Shout out to DJ Space Ghost in the chat. Salute. What's good, my brother? Good to see you. Knicks for life. Chuck Allen in the building. Salute. Yeah, he said Jimmy Butler dropped
Peace
53
to the
tonight.
gods.
Yikes.
Yeah,
What's going
it's
on?
crazy.
Crazy. Exactly. All right. So let's get to the one that got us all hyped. Had the city ablaze. Let me pull up the title card for Game 4 versus these Cavs.
Painful.
Ooh wee! And you see it. The face didn't have to change from Game 3 to Game 4. RJ Barrett once again. And here's the thing, guys. Jalen Brunson played good in this game, and easily you could have said that he would have been the guy there, but RJ had 10 points. 8 or 10. No, it was 10. I think it was 10. It might have been 8. Whatever. He
Right.
had 10. No, it was 10. He had 10 points in the fourth quarter to help us. And they were big buckets to help us extend the lead and put the Cavaliers to bed, because they were trying to come back. And the Knicks, this is what I'm talking about, John. I'm so happy because at some point in this year, the Knicks turned on the switch and started to learn how to win these games. And it's helped them so much. So now when they're in the playoffs and these games matter and the pressure's on, they know how to win, bro. They're not falling apart in the fourth quarter. This is the same Knicks team that consecutive years couldn't close out games, bro. So
Yeah,
this is
that's
great.
big facts, man.
Granted, we do have Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart here now, so that helps.
No, it does help, and that was smart of the front office to combine those two back together. You've seen an opportunity to put two Villanova teammates together. You understood that it would have been good chemistry just because of who Hart is as a person, as an individual, as a ball player, and what intangibles he brings to the team. And it's well noted, man, that you see it now. You see it now. You see why the Trailblazers, you know, I wouldn't. You would say this is why the teammates of the Trailblazers, like your Damian Lillards and guys like that on that team, really adore a guy like Jay Hart, because he brings it every night. You know what I mean? He doesn't take a play off, and I think that's super important. He's a pro's pro, so I'm glad to have him here at the Knicks. And yeah, he's provided all of that and more. And and everybody's buying in. It's contagious. His play is contagious. You know what I mean? Because it's all about effort. It's all about effort with him.
Very true. Very true. And in this game, you got great contribution from Josh Hart, who had to step up because Grimes was hurt, so he was injected into the starting lineup. He played 39 minutes. He had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, big plays, big rebounds, just all over the place. His defense was
Right.
fantastic on Donovan Mitchell, as well as the defense he played on other guys. Jalen Brunson was fantastic, had 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, very good game. Uh, Mitchell Robinson was phenomenal in the first, half. He translated in the second half, but he had already set the tone in that first half. The putbacks he got, the offensive rebounds, he had 7. Not in the first half, but I'm saying he finished with 7 for the game. He had 12 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, and he
He's been
definitely was
huge.
a presence. He was a presence. Hart had 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, big
One of the
blocks.
great, not
Um,
very nice block
very nice
on
block.
what on
Yes.
what was his name? Not Garland. What's
Was
the
it
kid's name?
Okoro?
Okoro. There you go. Okoro. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okoro's driving the
Yeah.
basket. That
I
was a
mean,
nice block.
very
And
nice.
he pushed it out for in transition too.
Yes, yes. RJ Barrett, 26 points, played really good, hit really big shots, was great. Like he stayed within himself. He struggled a little bit from the free throw line. He's 61% on 8 of 13. But the point is, he had 13 attempts. At least he was active, getting to the line. That's
Yeah.
good. The problem for him still remains to be the 3-point shooting. He was 0 of 6, but he finished 9 of
Right.
18 from the field. And you include the 3-point shooting with your field goal percentages. So imagine if he didn't take all 6 of those threes, or if he hit a couple of them. He shot
Right.
50% from the field because of that. So, but he was like great with 2-point shots in the paint. He was fantastic, unbelievable, and really like no fear,
And his
no fear.
that layup package game was coming together. Like he was really figuring out a nuance there. He wasn't sort of like it was. He was a little more bouncier with his move and not hesitant. He was a little bit more, you know, um, intentful on his actions to the
Hmm.
basket. You know what I mean? Sometimes he's in his own head and he's sort of like trying to get someone off of him or trying to, make it, a little bit more of a difficult shot. He was just going right at the basket, making quick decisions, which is key for him. He isn't a player who's gonna like blow you out the way with athleticism, but he could be sneaky fast, and I think that's important.
Facts, 100%. Also, shout out to a couple more people in the chat. Francisco Carrillo in the building. Craig is in the
Salute,
building. What's
salute.
going on? Anna Grill is in here. What's good, guys? Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I
tuning
miss a
in and
lot of
joining in.
y'all not going to the NBK party, the after party. I had other arrangements, other things to deal with. We were doing our own stuff at work. Very busy week. But I'm looking forward to the rest of the playoff because I ain't got nothing in front of me that's gonna keep me from a day at Legends. I'll tell you that. I'm definitely gonna be
I hear
showing
that,
up.
brother. I hear that, brother. Um, Let me see here. Two more unsung heroes before we move on. Got to give big shout outs to, and this is funny. Miles McBride played 5 minutes, but in those five
Right.
minutes, he played some
Solid.
really good defense. So shout out
That's
to
what I'm
Miles
talking about.
McBride for making the best of his time out there, staying, as he says in the interviews. Coach tells me I got to stay ready.
Staying ready.
Just no matter what
That's it.
happens, stay ready, and he stays ready. He listen
Yeah.
you know, these
You
are
know what
young
you what
pups kind of showing
you know
us.
what we love? There's no moment too big for this young group of players that we have. The moment's not too big for them. They have it
Yep.
in their mind. They're NBA ready and they come in with that attitude. And I enjoy watching them play because they bring effort. The same effort that you know what I mean, Hart brings, and I think that's super important because that's sort of the leadership that those young players are looking at. They want to see this is an NBA player who's done it for X amount of seasons, and they put it down. They put it all on the line. I'm going to do the same. It's contagious.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. And last but not least, I got to give a lot of kudos and credit to him. He's been playing great all series. He had another really strong game. He played 20 minutes. And this is the best. Forget we've seen him score more points, fine. But as far as overall play out there, his defensive effort, his rebounding, and his contributions
Mm-hmm.
point wise, whatever he did do. This is the best I've seen Obi Toppin play in a game that meant something. Obi
That's
looked
right.
fantastic out there. So shout out to Obi Toppin, played 20 minutes, had 8 rebounds. When's the last time you seen Obi Toppin get 8 rebounds in a
Yeah.
playoff
That
game
would
nonetheless?
that's a season high for him this year, right? It's got to
Yeah,
be a
yeah, I
season
think
high
so. Yeah, I
for this
think
year.
so.
You know,
Yeah.
listen, that
So
he's putting in the work. You bet that one play where he pulled the ball out. It took like most of the shot clock.
yep.
He pulled the ball out after the rebound went all the way to the almost the half court line, and it was like no one's open. I gotta listen. He took it himself, but you notice his handle he was comfortable handling the rock, which is super important for his growth. Because early in his rookie season, he was like all over the place. He couldn't handle the rock. Now he felt
True.
comfortable enough to keep the ball in his hands, protect the ball from the defense, and drive to the basket. The one thing I want to see though going forward and moving forward is stop being so eloquent with the layup package. Just attack the rim. You know what I mean? Like DeMar DeRozan. Like get up there. Like go after the basket. I want him to try to yock it on someone. Even if you miss it, I want to see the attempt. Because then that way it'll show the other team, yo, he's for real. You know what I mean? Because once you start trying to yock it on people, that's it. People are going to start getting out the way because they don't want to be a part of a highlight. You know what I mean? He has to go into that sort of he has to put in his mind that sort of aggressiveness. Because once he does that as a backup player, ooh, sky's the limit. Because he's getting used to that 3-point shot, even though every now and then he'll throw up an air ball or two, But he'll make a
Right.
couple too. So I want to see Obi take more opportunities, driving the ball to the basket and going for his, like trying to throw it on people because he can get up there with most of them. So if not higher, he's just got to get that intensity to go to the basket, not be afraid. That's what
Agreed.
gets him to the
Agreed.
next level. That will get him to the next level. But the fancy package, the layup fancy finger roll, like that George Gervin style, it's cool in moments, but in pressure situations, you want to go at the rim hard. You know what I mean?
Plus, if you don't do that in pressure situations, you don't get to the foul line. So you get a
Oh yeah,
contested shot, you miss the shot, and you come away with nothing. At least you go
right,
strong, you get a chance to still get some points out of it. That's what helps the team.
right.
So I'm with you
Yeah,
100%, John.
Tracy
100%.
McGrady did it. All the greats. Grant Hills did it. You had a bunch of. I mean, you get the smaller guards to do it. It looks even better, like your friend, or like Baron Davis and them. But like you had some players like a Scottie Pippen who would at times bring it to the rack and yock it on you. You know what I mean? If you gave him that lane,
Well,
he's gonna go at the basket heavy, and that's the key. That's the key for someone like Obi Toppin. Sort of thin frame, very muscular, very athletic, has the speed. You know what I mean? Gets that handle right, man. Take it to the next level. I'm looking forward to that. When I see that, I'm gonna be
100%.
like, "Yo,
100%.
Ron!" I'm gonna be, we got,
Dude,
I'm gonna
I
hit
might,
you
I
up
might, I
so
might
quick.
shed a tear, bro. I might shed a tear,
I'm
bro.
telling you. I'm telling you.
I'm like, he did it, Mama. We made it.
But you know what's crazy? Watching his dad play in the Rucker, that was his dad. Like, just take a page out of your dad, bro. Your dad didn't he wasn't focused on no layup package. He was trying to yock it on everybody. That's all Obi got to do. Take a page from dad, man. For real.
Well, I think what we don't. The only thing we don't know is if Obi likes contact, because he doesn't get hit a lot because he's kind of
Even if you
he's kind of
don't do it,
crafty.
he's kind of linky, but just gotta go. Go.
Yeah,
Enough with the
yeah.
pretty game. Get away from the pretty game. Let the game that pretty
Especially in
game
the
will come to
playoffs.
you. Yeah, the pretty game will come to you. You know what I mean? When it's needed. You gotta be aggressive at the rim. Especially when you got hops like that. Man, kidding me?
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Also shout out to the chat once again. I see you. Knicks will be 2026 NBA champs. Listen, hold on. You said 2026. Okay, I'm not saying nothing else. Hold on, V. You might be a prophet, but your year might be off, man. Hold on. Shout out to Anthony
We get the profit.
212 in the building. Yeah, man. And Nick Yak is in the building. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. Good
Salute,
to see you
salute.
guys. So let's get to the game chart for game 4.
Right.
All right. So, guys, as you can see, once again, this is just the Knicks doing what the Knicks have done all year long. Obviously, we won 102-93. Rebounds 47-33. The dominance on the rebounding side, which is what we've displayed against a lot of teams this year. Now, assist wise, this was a little funky. They were better at getting assists and facilitating. They out assisted us 24-15. Steals, if you notice the first couple games, we got a lot more steals. I think at one point it was like we had 14. This was a lower number, so I guess guys were trying to take care of the ball a little bit more. We had 5 to their 3. We had 7 blocks to their 5. Really good on both sides. They only had 12 turnovers for a game, which is good, but we had 10, which is great. Field goal percentage. They shot 46%. They shot a little better than us. We shot 45%. 3-point percentage, we both stunk it up there, but it was 27% to 26. Free throw percentage, 64% for us to 78% for them. You know, when you look at those type of numbers, Cleveland should have had a much better chance at winning this game. But being that we were so physical and that
Yeah.
rebounding difference, I mean, 47-33 was the key. And
Yeah.
then points in the paint, they actually had more than us, 52-50. Second chance points, though, huge. We had 21 to their 12. That was the difference, folks. And fast break points, we had 10 to their 7. But those two stats are the difference. Rebounds overall, and then second chance points because of those rebounds, 21-12, giving us more opportunity to score points and to continue to get a lead against them was huge. So really good
Yeah.
job by the Knicks. Way to play in front of the home crowd, which is something we struggled with most of the year. We got a little better towards the end of the year, but what a great time. What a great time, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I was sitting there saying, finally, we could sort of like sit back and just enjoy a game. Like, yes, we got one in the bag, and every time, the Cavs try to get momentum, we hit right back. That was the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Where in game 2, we didn't have an answer. We couldn't strike back. We weren't able to knock down a crucial shot to get us that, to dwindle the lead. This time we was like, nah, we're gonna own this. You ain't gonna have a chance to come back on us. We're gonna keep this lead and we're gonna hit shot for shot every time down. And that was awesome to see. Awesome to see. Even when the shot clock was dropping down and you get just the rhythm shot by our Hart, just like, hey, yeah, 3, 2, 1. I got the ball. I'm gonna let this go. And it was pretty. It was wonderful.
Just
it was
a
wonderful.
throw up and it goes in. You're beautiful.
It's about time things went our way.
It's facts, 100%, bro. We deserve it. Yeah, and this playoffs is shaping up very interestingly. There definitely is a road for the Knicks. If they just keep doing what they got to do, they might have a shot at shocking the world and doing some special things. If not, listen, we'll be happy because I think they can go pretty far. So yeah.
At the end of the day, I listen. I'm happy with them getting past the Cavs and everything out on top of that is that's icing
gravy,
on the cake,
bro.
You know what I mean? For real,
it's beautiful. Yeah. So I mean, beautiful thing, but as much as there was some good play in the game 4 versus the Cavs, there was some moments where we threw the ball away a little bit. Some might say,
we do that at times.
What were you thinking? You know what I mean?
Right.
Some might say, what were you thinking? And so in today's What Were You Thinking, we have Mr. Jalen Brunson. He had a couple moments where he was a little loosey-goosey with the ball. It's not in his character, but as you can see, Jalen was a little funky with the ball. Oh, here we go, turning around, about to throw the ball. Look
Yeah,
at this
yeah,
pass.
I
Oh,
remember that
who's
one.
there? No one. No one's there. Oh man. Oh, sorry guys. Here we got this play right here. Jalen's getting the crossover dribble. He's getting doubled. He gets out of
Yeah.
the. Oh, look at that pass. Oh, they expected it.
Oh,
Look at this
great
block by.
defense
Let's
by
go,
Julius Randle.
Julius. Let's go.
Getting back.
All right. Yes.
Yeah,
And then look.
another one.
Oh, oof, man. Sheesh. Just tough stuff, man. They were trapping and trying to make it uncomfortable for us, and as you can see, we're just throwing the ball away a little bit here. But yeah,
Right.
that's the what were you thinking of the game with Mr. Jalen Brunson? He was having a
Who, by the
moment
way,
there.
had 29 points.
Yeah, listen, that's the good thing about Jalen Brunson. Whatever he giveth, he takes back at different points in the
Take
game.
it away.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he taketh away. Nick Yak is funny, bro. He said, "Ron, like my old girlfriend, not pretty far, but all the way." Okay. I got you. Kaiser Soze is in the building. Where you been, Kaiser Soze? I haven't seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you as always. Yeah, and guys, look, we'll see what happens. There's a lot of things that are continuing to open up for the Knicks. It's like they just have to not worry about that and take one game at a time, do what they got to do, and let things play out.
Right.
But you're right, the road is looking interesting. Philly is a team that Knicks fans feel comfortable with. I personally think Philly, if there was a second team I would be worried about outside of Milwaukee, it would be Philly because of their size with Embiid. And they've got two more dynamic
matchup
players.
Problems.
And they've got guys who can step up. Tobias Harris, these guys can step up. So just you got to be careful with that team.
Right.
But yeah, and I think the Heat winning helps the Knicks. Without Hero, I favor the Knicks to get the win. Yeah, losing Hero is big for the Heat. That's why it's remarkable that they're up 3-1. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Well, injuries played a part in this, but they're taking full advantage of it right now. So, gotta give them props for winning tonight's game.
Listen, the Knicks will be 2026 NBA champs. Put something in the chat. That would be nuts, and that would be so sweet for me as a Knicks fan. If somehow the Knicks got through the East and the Lakers got through the West, and it's the Knicks against LeBron, oh man, you don't understand. I'll get a Connecticut hat and I'll just whatever. I'll watch the game from my backyard. I don't care. Like we'll see. Oh man, I don't know. Listen, it's crazy. All right. Well, we took a look at the bad, which was the what were you thinking, right? But let's take a look at the good. It's the peak performer of the game, which you guys should already know who was the peak performer of game 4. I already put it out there. It's Mr.
RJ Barrett. Yeah.
Look at RJ being aggressive.
Look at this layup game.
Doing whatever he wants.
Decisive.
Look, yeah.
Being decisive. That's the key.
It's just I love how he's just so confident. Look at this. Almost got a steal there. That could have been another turnover, Brunson. I'm watching you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But being aggressive, right? Just like, not hesitating.
Look at the fall away.
Knows what he wants to do.
See, that's a 2. That's a 2, John, not a 3.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it. Like, there are guys in the NBA that have made a living in 10 to 15 feet away.
Look at that block by Hart.
Hart was up.
Yeah,
look at this
right
there. Ooh, look at this.
RJ,
I'm gonna bring it left. Oh yeah.
Ew, let's go.
Finishing.
Eat your food, RJ.
Yeah. See, this is that when he plays like this, it reminds a lot of players of a Jimmy Butler. Because that's Jimmy's game.
That's the thing.
This is Jimmy's game right here in the paint. Like, you're not going to see him throw up a bunch of 3-point shots.
Look at this shot.
When you're hot, you're hot. Jimmy was hot today, so he probably had his share of 3-point shots. But this reminds me a lot of how Jimmy played, when he was younger, just being decisive, making a play, getting to the basket, decisively quick moves to the basket, and that's what he has to be. The
Floater game.
teardrop, boom,
Let's
yeah,
go. There
love
you
it,
go. That was
love it,
the
love
dagger
it.
right there. We went up 10, and that was all she wrote, man. Shout out
Yeah,
to
you know
RJ
when
Barrett
when
doing
when
the
when
damn
RJ
thing.
hit that, my son was like, "Oh, that's game." My son was watching. He was like, "Oh, that's game." I was loving it,
There you go.
loving it.
There you go. Yeah, beautiful thing, man, and really, really nice to uh, see what these guys are doing. Really nice to see that it doesn't matter each game. You don't necessarily know who's going to step up, but somebody is stepping up. So that's really
Right.
you got the constants. The constants are, I would say, at this point, I'm going to give credit to iHeart. He's a constant. Mitch has been a constant. Josh Hart has been a constant, and Jalen Brunson has been a constant. So after that, you got a cast of characters. You don't know who's going to step up and have a good game, but it's like next man up, and it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. To what Manny's saying, I'm not used to seeing these Knicks. I'm usually done watching basketball by April. That's a fact. But it's a different team now. See, we in there.
100%,
We in
bro.
there.
It's 100%. You're right, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's so fun to see. Like the NBA knows this. When the Knicks are playing good basketball, it's great for the brand, the NBA brand.
Great for the
Obviously, it's
ratings,
huge.
man.
New York is the fans are nuts. Look at what we did. Look how we took
Right.
over Seventh Avenue. Like it's crazy.
Oh,
It's crazy.
oh, yeah. And just as a reminder for all you Knicks fans, those of you who are here and those of you who will probably watch a replay of this, whatever you have to do, make sure Stephen A, if he finds his way into MSG, that he gets the tomatoes that he deserves, the booze that he deserves. He doesn't deserve to step 1 foot in MSG after all he's talked about over the last few years. Like, I'm done with guys like that. We can't give him a pass because he came with Fat Joe. I appreciate Fat Joe. He's a real fan. He stuck through it. But like Stephen A, nah, I'm not feeling you. Nah, you don't get a pass. You don't get a pass. You got to endure the bulls and the tomatoes that get thrown on you before you are allowed to talk Knicks basketball with exuberance because you don't deserve to. You don't deserve to, my man. Sorry.
100%, bro. 100%. I am with you all the way. Listen, don't throw actual tomatoes on the court because then you stop the game and somebody's got to come from the side and sweep up tomato bits. That might not be good, but let him hear the
But you
booze.
see him
When you see
outside, you
Stephen A,
hit him with that tomato
yes.
and
If
maybe
you see
some egg
Stephen A.
yolk.
Smith, let him know. Let him know. We don't forget. You killing our team every year, every day you have a chance to on your show. Now all of a sudden we winning and we looking good, and now you want to step back and people are like, "Oh, this is great for you, Stephen A. I'm so happy
Disrespectfully,
for you.
though.
Get out of
But
here. Get out of here."
disrespectfully, him and Max, both of them, disrespectfully. Like, you could say, yo, my team ain't good, it is what it is, but you ain't got to be disrespectful with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could call a spade, it's fine. But when you get disrespectful, come on, man, I ain't feeling you. You got to keep it moving, keep it pushing. I don't want to hear it. You ain't a fan.
Right.
Don't be standing by Spike. Spike, as a matter of fact, walk to the other side if he's standing by you because you're going to get hit with a tomato too. Don't do it to yourself.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And listen, once again, I'm gonna say this again. First off, shout out to Jay Boogie in the chat. Salute to you, my brother. What a fantastic ride it is for you right now. Knicks are winning. Your songs are playing. You're on the
Salute.
Jumbotron at
Yes,
game 3,
sir.
game 4. They showing you love.
Doing
You
them
had a
big
birthday
things.
coming back like Jordan wearing the 4th. Oh, wait, 5-5. Let's go. Happy birthday, Jay Boogie, once again. Salute to you, my brother. Ashley Inc. Wiz is in the building. Jersey Shore 74 is in the building. Victor Rivera is here. D Coolis is in the building. Salute. What's good? And I saved you for last. D Public Enemy number 1 is in the building. Let me just get to D Public Enemy's comment. He said, a week ago, y'all had RJ Barrett blindfolded and hands tied, lined up ready for the firing squad to shoot him down. Now Randle has taken his place in the doghouse. Listen, I'm going to tell you
It's
what
all
I
good.
tell
All good.
everybody. First off, RJ Barrett is still my favorite player on the Knicks. Got love for the guy. When he doesn't play well, he's going to hear it. However, if you know, one of the things I said personally is that I think RJ needs to stop shooting the threes, worry about believing in his teammates, passing the ball, shoot those twos, and try to play good defense. That's all we expect
Right.
from him. And then because the real work for RJ is not now. You can't turn it around right now. Like he's playing better now, but as far as things that are missing from his game, he can't fix right now. That's the off season. That's what the off season is for. So going into the
Right.
off season, he needs a new plan, work on some things, come back next year and really take the NBA by storm. But for right now,
Right.
what I just said before is what he needs to do to help this Knicks team win. And he's been doing it. So when he does it, guess what? We have to show him love because without RJ, listen, game 3, we may not win. Game 4,
Right.
we may not win. So shout out to RJ. He definitely did the damn thing and we appreciate him.
Right.
Yeah, and
And let's not get
salute
it
salute to
twisted. Randle's
everybody.
gonna have his moment. Randle's gonna have his moment. I was saying it earlier today when we started the show. I truly believe that this time off is gonna help Randle get back into his rhythm. He's gonna get a chance to practice with the team. He's gonna get some shots up, and I think he's gonna get it. He's gonna have one of these nights is gonna be his. And we're gonna be good for it. You know what I mean? Because I think everybody in this team is ready. Is ready. They locked in, and I think they got each other's back. And it's going to be great for the fans. You know what I mean? To just witness this all come together as we need to be seeing it. Live and in person. You know what I mean? And we're going to enjoy the ride, man. We're going to enjoy the ride.
And another thing, a couple more shout outs, guys, because I see y'all. Definitely want to show y'all some love. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me see here. We got Mega NYK is in the building. Salute, my brother. Good to see you.
Salute.
Travel Vibes is here. Salute. Cam from the
Peace, peace,
Kickback is
peace.
in the building. What's good? Boulevard 73 is here. Salute, my brother.
Salute,
And the
salute.
Brew Crew Sports is in the building. Phil,
Yes, sir.
Hector,
Salute.
Jigga Man, all of y'all, man. Shout out to you
I
guys,
missed y'all
guys.
at
As I
NBK,
said,
man. They were out there. They were there,
yeah,
legends,
man.
man. I missed them. Missed them.
Yeah, that would have been nice. True. True.
Yeah.
It
I'm
sucks that we
telling
didn't
you,
get a chance
I
to
was
see you
telling
guys in
Ron earlier,
person.
I'm not missing no more. I gotta go to each one now moving forward, man. I ain't missing no more. At least I'm gonna
Facts.
try not to
Facts.
miss anymore. I do have family obligations, but
Yeah. Well, he's a sports dad now, so let's not. Hey, you know what I mean. Um, Listen, let me do this real quick. Shout out to Brew Crew Sports, guys. If you haven't checked them out, please do. Great show on YouTube. Great content. You got the Yankees Morning Brew. You got the Knicks Morning Brew. These guys do a fantastic job of putting the content together, and then just the way they do it. It's a fun bunch, man. Really good show. And I want to give a shout out to my guy Jigga Man. We met thanks to Hector, and you have been a really cool dude, really dope person, and I'm happy for you. If guys don't know, I mean, if you're not on Twitter, Jigga Man was doing things over at Knights of Deegan or Knights of Deegan, should I say? And that's where stuff got launched. Yankees Morning Brew, Knicks Morning Brew, and then they've splintered off and started the Morning Brew podcast network where they're doing Yankees Morning Brew and Knicks Morning Brew. And today was, I think, his last day over at Deegan, so he was signing off today. So shout out to you, Jigga Man. You've done great work over there. You got great influence and you've made great connections, and I know you're sorely going to be missed, and they love you over there. So shout out to you, my brother. All right.
yeah, it's dope, super dope.
Shout out to Illmatic's in the building. Salute, brother. And you see it, guys. There he
Salute.
is. No way, Jose 1022. Let's
Yes,
go.
let's go. Welcome back, my friend.
Good to see you, bro. Thank you for popping in, man. We miss you. We
Yeah, man.
now
Always
it's a show,
family.
guys.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it's a really great thing, man. Really great thing. Okay. So man, I was gonna say something else and I just lost it. just what was it? It was something about,
Mm.
okay, there it is. Yes, what to expect in game number 5.
Mm.
What are you thinking, John? Going back to Cleveland, it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
What you thinking?
it's gonna. I'm thinking Cavs are gonna bring it. They're gonna play. They're gonna have the sort of intensity that you see in a team that's desperate for a win. You know, I think they're gonna come out. I think Donovan's gonna apply the pressure. I think Garland's gonna be active. I even think they're gonna be mixing it up between Seti Osman and Okoro. I do see a lot of Osman probably playing small ball. They probably put him in and go small to have some more shooters around Donovan. To spread the court out a little bit. So I expect them to do that. I expect Moby to play sort of a 5 and a 4 throughout this game, resting more of Allen. That way they can, have more shooters, like I said, spread the court, and run out in fast breaks. I see a high intensity. It all depends on what we see from the refs. Are the refs going to call every play down the court? Are they going to be, happy with the whistles, or are they going to let them play? Because if they're going to let them play, that benefits the Knicks. Because now the Knicks could push up on the intensity. You know what I mean, and get physical. And that is basically what I'm looking forward to seeing. Seeing they're going to bring it. They're going to start fast. They want to get out on the breaks, and they want to get their players going. So see a lot of action for the Knicks. Keys to winning: win the rebound game. In my opinion, you win the rebound game. You have the ability to not let up for second shot opportunities. One and dones, and then get into your offensive sets quick. Be active, be aggressive, and let the chips fall where they may. I'm hoping to see Randle, come back to graces. 23, 24 points from Randle. I could see that happening. And if if we don't win this game, the game 5, I do see us taking game 6. And
Yeah.
that would that be back at the Garden? I think that was back at the Garden, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm projecting.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and I agree. But I got to tell you, I really want the Knicks, as what's being said in the chat. I want the Knicks to leave it all out there in Cleveland in Game 5, because I think if the Knicks come out and try to smack Cleveland in the face early in the first quarter, and then when it gets to the second quarter, see if they can put the foot on the pedal and put the gas down on them, they might be able to knock Cleveland out of it, mentally, get the fans down. Of course, the second half can start and things can change around, but that's so big if you can hit them in the mouth in the first quarter and the second quarter, and just really
Yeah.
start to
Get
get
early
them
start.
down on themselves. Yeah, yeah. If they can
Yeah.
do that, it might go a long way with them wrapping it up. Because as much as, Knick fans would love to see the Knicks wrap it up at the Garden, no, 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 no. We can wait for
Nah.
that some
Yeah.
other series. You wrap it up in
You're
Cleveland. Let's
right.
get it over with.
Yeah, get it done with. I'm with you there. I don't want to see them come back to game 6. I'd rather them get it in 5 and make a statement, say, yo, we're here, we're ready to go, get some more rest, get Grimes back rested, hopefully get, Randle rested, get Grimes back, and then we'll be 100%. But yeah, get it in game 5 if you can. But if we can't, I think game 6 is ours. Either way.
Well, you know what, and shout out to PayPal 718. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in and being here. Listen, man, I know that's been the narrative on Julius Randle, but it's not this year, guys. Listen, as much as you want to say that, if you looked over at Julius Randle at certain points in the fourth quarter when he wasn't playing, he didn't have a big smile on his face. No, that's not who Julius Randle is. He's only going to be smiling and happy when things are great and he feels like he's a part of the mix. That's who he is. But in fairness to him, and we gotta call it like it is. Even Mark Jackson commented. He said it nationally on the broadcast. He
Yeah.
said, Julius
He was out there
Randle, I want to
clapping.
shout him out because he's over there clapping and high fiving guys and cheering on his
Right.
teammates. So he
Right.
was doing that. We didn't see it, but that's why Mark
Right.
Jackson pointed it out, because so to let
Yep.
all the people know who's watching that he's doing that. This is a different
Right.
Julius Randle. Last year, he had a lot of issues. He's had some that tried to resurface this year, but he's been working through it. He's a different guy, man. The way he's dealt with his teammates, the way he's talked to them, the way he's tried to get them to play better. He's tried to, go over to them when something's not right, or he's giving them kudos when they do something good. I gotta give him credit.
Yeah.
I did not like him last year, but what he's done this year, we gotta give him credit. And he's on the team. And let me tell you something:
Yeah.
the Knicks want to win a championship or make a run, you need
Right.
Julius Randle.
You need Julius Randle. Yeah. And at the end of the day, he's human. We're all going to make mistakes. You know what I mean? It's how you come back from those mistakes and how you revamp yourself. You know what I mean? Like he's learning. I mean, he's what, 27, 28 years old right now. Still a young man. You're going to forever learn in this life that we have here. So, we're long and gone. But, the key is to continue to learn, to continue to build yourself up, you know what I mean, and learn from your mistakes. And he's learning in real time in front of all of these fans and us included, So it's important that we have his back because he's riding with this Knicks team and we need him. I like the way the team speaks about him, you know what I mean? Quickly, even though they got into a little, squirrel that one game, it was over and done with. That's what brothers do. Yeah, I could have an argument with my brother Ron right now. Tomorrow we all good. We dap it up. We send our love. We share our love, and that's it, man. We move on. You know what I mean? You don't hold grudges with family. So that's what the Knicks are building right now. And on top of that, you know what I mean? He's been good for the youngsters. You know what I mean? Just being there for them. The moment that I realized even more so this year was when Hart Jay Hart got the tech. It was one of those games that he ended up getting a tech, and then Julius was the one who rounded the troops together, gathered them up, and started talking to them and saying, "Yo, we got to get our heads in the game." And you know what I mean? So sometimes you need that. Maybe he's seen, he got the intensity from Hart. He said, I don't have to be that. You know what I mean? I can go and be this guy now. You know what I mean? So sometimes you need the yin and yang. It's a part of the game.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, we just gotta continue to rock with him. And listen, if there was ever a time to give Julius Randle a pass, it's right now because he's not playing well. We know he doesn't have rhythm yet. He's still struggling to find his shot and get comfortable and help the team, but he's been doing other things to help, but he's not right offensively. We are winning. We are in the position to close out a series without Julius Randle doing his offensive thing. Look at how good we're playing. So listen, let's give him a break. He's carried us for a lot of the team. Him and Jalen Brunson carried us all year. Let's work with him. Let's work with him.
Yeah. And I'm not putting too much on anything that he does, walking out of the court or not doing press conferences. None of that matters. What matters is how they feel in the clubhouse. You know what I mean? What we see doesn't necessarily matter. What is evidently gonna be the part that takes him over the hump is how he is in the locker room, how he is with the coaching staff. That's gonna take him over the hump. You know what I mean? And if they win together, they're going to lose together. And that's all it takes, man. So at the end of the day, what we see doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It's about what the teammates all see and how they feel about Julius Randle. So right now, they all got his back. They speak highly of him. We got to take them for their word.
And in fairness, guys, you know what I mean? What's happening right now is best case scenario for the Knicks. Like our guys are learning. We're learning how to win games without Julius, giving us what he's given us for most of the season. We're learning how to win games without Quickly playing the way Quickly was playing the last 2 months of the season. We're learning how to win games without Quentin Grimes because he's not out there on the floor right now. And when he was out there, he wasn't at his best so far. So this is great, man. This is a great learning experience. And I think this Knicks team is only going to get better because of it. So let's just keep rocking. Let's keep rocking. And we're about to wrap up the show in a little bit, but before we get out of here, also want to shout out, a couple more people that I see jumped in. Dripmore, the preferred barber of still Knicks fans and the Knicks community is in the building. Let's go. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Jimmy Henry is in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Nick Fans Brazil is in the building. Victor is in the building. What's going on, brother? Salute. He says, I believe, 4-2, but I want 4-1. He wants us to take care of the Cavaliers in Game 5 in Cleveland. Um, let's see. And then the other thing is, uh, about Julius not speaking to the media. It is not that he didn't want to speak to the media because of what the Knicks are doing. He doesn't want to speak to the media because he doesn't want to have to deal with answering all the questions about his poor play and how he hasn't been a big factor. He knows all of it. That's why he's down on himself, but he's not down on the team. He hasn't expressed that. He hasn't shown being a poor teammate. So it's not about in the past, last year, when Julius was avoiding the press, that was different. That was selfish to me. And it was for a reason because he did something and he didn't want to have to answer to what he did. This year, it's different. It's just, listen, I'm
Yeah, let's
not,
kill
it's
that
not about
narrative,
me.
man.
The team,
That's what they're
yeah,
trying to
it's
do.
not about
There's
him.
certain individuals are trying
Right.
to develop a narrative that's negative towards the play or his actions or anything they can find negative about the Knicks. At this point, I don't want to really hear it. Like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you may have your opinion on them, and that's, you have every right to have your opinion on them. But that's cool. I ain't gotta, you know what I mean, vibe with it. I'm just gonna keep it pushing. I'm going in a different direction. I'm giving him a pass. I'm gonna let him rock, and let's see if he come through in the game on Wednesday. And if not on Wednesday,
Right.
Game
I
6. Let's
agree.
go.
And a couple more people. Nice is in the building. Salute. What's good, my brother? Good to see you as always. Thank you for rocking and being here. And I thought maybe I got everybody. I don't think there was anybody we missed. Boulevard 73. If I didn't shout you out before, I'm shouting you out now, brother. But if not, then you get it twice. But everybody else, thank you for tuning in. Smash that like button and show your love and support for the show. We appreciate it, man. It's nice to see a nice turnout on Monday nights when it's so congested and jam packed with all of the Nick content. So we appreciate you guys. It's beautiful that our Knicks
Yeah,
are on the
100%.
verge of possibly getting up out of here and knocking them off. But the other thing I wanted to say is I think it's even bigger that we knock off Cleveland in Game 5 because
Mm-hmm.
it's Wednesday, and then game
Mm.
6 is Friday. They got to come right
Yeah,
back to New York in one day. So I think
right.
we better take care of business. Let's get it
Let's
done.
wrap it up. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. So once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you tuned in late, you know what I mean? Smash that like button on your way in, smash that like button on your way out. Watch the replay. This was a really good show. It's a fun time, man. The love is in the air, man. New York is on cloud nine right now, man. We all are having a great time. And the way these NBA playoffs are going, anything could happen. I mean, these Knicks could shock the
Anything's
world.
possible.
So listen,
Listen, at
yeah.
the end of the day, it's whichever team gets hot, right? And who, if you get extremely hot at the right time, and you get healthy, anything could happen. You know, those are the keys in the
Facts.
playoffs. You got to get hot and you got to get healthy. That's all it takes, man. So
Yeah,
let's
100%.
see if we can make some. Let's see if we can make some history. You know what I mean? First step though, we got to get past the Cavs.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Brooklyn Butch, I see you. What's good? Thank you for tuning in, brother. Yeah, playoff Butler was going crazy right now, guys. You ain't lying.
He
Miami,
was.
wow, I know it's unbelievable. So we'll see what
Listen,
happens, man. It's gonna be
quick
crazy.
score update, man. LA up 42-30 against Memphis, and LeBron's having another game. There we go. That's
Wow,
it.
this is wild. This is wild stuff, bro. All right, yeah, all right. Anyway, any final words, John?
Man, as always, humbled to be a part of this show and humbled for you guys all tuning in, guys and girls who are tuning in to watch us on the weekly. Appreciate you all. Stay blessed out there. Stay up. Let's get Knicks in 5. Let's go. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go. Looking forward to the next one, Ron. As always, stay blessed.
Yes, definitely beautiful thing, man. And I think I said his name, but I'm feeling like I didn't. Edward Walker, shout out to you if I didn't already say shout out and love to you for being here and showing you support. Appreciate you. Thank you all, guys. You know how we love how you guys chop it up in the chat and show us support all our different shows. And speaking of that, Hey, as I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans will be back again, whether it be on Monday nights at 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly with Ron and John. Thursday nights for the NBA Report at 8 p.m. on NBK, also with Ron and John. Or on Saturdays at 11 a.m. for Know the Ledge with yours truly, where I have been having a great time and I haven't had to talk anybody off the ledge. Oh man, it's been a beautiful thing, bro. It's been a beautiful thing. Um, and shout out to my guy who was in the chat, man. He made an appearance. Shout out to Jose, man. We miss you, brother. We hope you're doing well. We hope your new
Yes,
opportunity is
definitely.
going great. Listen, hopefully they're not working you too hard out there, brother, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
So yeah. So, guys, thank you for tuning in once again. Listen, you guys have a great rest of your night. Listen, a couple more days, it'll be Wednesday. Nick's got to play a game again. Have a few laughs. Come to the party. That's my diehard reference. Listen, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. All right, guys, take care. We'll catch you on the next one. It's been real. Let's go, Knicks.
Freedom, freedom, freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.